Can you blame me?
You used to skip in this ring.
Yeah. Well, I still do. I'm up next to Karen, so that's...
First part's embargoed until 10 o'clock, second part until 10:30 on Saturday evening. We have got a press release that's embargoed until 10 a.m. as well.
Mick.
Okay, would you like to start?
Final game of the season.
Yep.
Is it going to be the final game for some of these players for Manchester United?
Well, you never know in football. It might be your last game, but it might be the start of some careers as well. Of course, we've had some young players knocking on the door all season, really, and we'll start with one or two of the kids as well.
We've just been given a press release about Mike Flynn. There was a suggestion he was going to be a director of football, but I think you're always keen for him to be your assistant, weren't you?
Yeah, I think he's fantastic at his job, assistant manager, so I'm very pleased they've finally agreed. So that was when Ed rang me, that was my first port of call to assist me, and we're here now for a few years together.
Ollie, it's been a momentous week in English football.
Yeah.
But while City have got potentially a league title to look forward to, two of your rivals are in the Champions League final, two of your rivals in the Europa League final. What have Manchester United fans got to look forward to this summer and beyond?
Well, of course, it's that says everything about the competitive league we're in. It's not like when I used to play that it was us or Arsenal that were going to win the league, and Chelsea came. Now it's a very, very competitive competition, and we're challenging against the best teams in the world for these trophies. And of course that tells us that it's going to be a great challenge. We want to get back to where we used to be, and that's we know as a club, we know as staff, the players know that next season we've got a great challenge ahead. It's going to be important that we come together from the first day. Pre-season is going to be important, and I'm sure, like some of the players said Luke said last night, we will make sure that the supporters have got something to cheer for us next year.
You've had time to sort of analyse your squad and see who you think fits into your future plans, but how big a summer is this for you in the club?
Of course it's big. There's players who've the contracts have run out. Some players will definitely come in. There's some young players coming in, and we've worked since I came in, really. I worked with the club, with the recruitment, with the analysis departments. We've identified some players that we think will fit the Man United squad, our squad, and let's hope that we can get some over the line. It's not easy. It's never easy. Even if players want to come, there's clubs they're at. We're not going to talk names but of course it's not like that you just go into the shop and choose because there are clubs themselves.
Are you getting your business done quickly? Because the suggestion already looking at players, Daniel James has been mentioned at Swansea.
Well, there's been mentioned, I don't know how many names have been mentioned since I've come in, and there's players I've barely seen that I've read that we're going to sign. So there's loads of speculation, and of course the earlier you can do the transfers, the better it is, because when you come in the 1st of July, you want to have a nice picture of what this team's going to be looking like.
Ollie, you said just then that when you got the call from Ed, it was Mike feeling that you wanted. Why was that? What was it about him?
Well, I've been a player under him, and his knowledge, experience, his demeanour, because he's everyone in the club enjoys speaking to him, talking to him, discussing football with him. He walks around, he's around Carrington. Players really respect him. They know what he can do, and he's worked with the best. And for me, that I'm a young manager. I still feel I'm young anyway, and Mick's got more experience in a few areas than I have.
The fact that he was a United man as well, footballer, is that important?
Yeah, of course that plays a big part in it. That's the same with when I brought Mark Dempsey with me. He's a Man United man. Michael Carrick's a Man United man. We all we care about the club, and it's never going to be about anything else but the club. It's not going to be about me or Mick, or it's going to be about getting this club back to where we feel it belongs. Thanks.
It could be Valencia's last game this week, and is he going to be given a send-off? And with Ander Herrera, is there any clarification there? Is he leaving or is he staying?
I spoke to Antonio yesterday. He's not been fit this 6 or 5 months I've been here, unfortunately. He's really struggled, but he feels that he could play a part, yes, and I would hope that he gets through today and tomorrow, and we could give him a nice send-off, because he's been a fantastic servant to the club. He's been player of the year, he's been captain at the club, and I think that's only fair.
And Herrera, is there anything to add on that?
Well, Anders probably, if he might play. I don't know yet. We haven't picked a team, and he'll probably announce himself later on where he's going to continue his football.
Well, given where you are in the league, I mean, you might end fifth, you might not. What's your overall emotion feeling about where the team, how it's gone since you came in? Are you frustrated? Are you excited? Is it a mixture?
It's a mixture, because we were so far behind when we came in before Christmas, and I could sense the positivity. We came in. When you start winning games, it's it was fantastic to be in that group, and that showed us the potential and the quality in the players. Of course, we didn't have the consistency. We struggled for form lately. We got some injuries. I'm not going to blame injuries on that, but as I said earlier, it's a competition here now. Premier League is the most competitive league in the world, and we've just fell that short of what would we say miraculous target that was 4th back in December, and it's been a mixed bag for me as well, but I can handle it, and I'm just thinking about the players, how emotional it must have been for them. They've started the season with one manager, finished with another one. They've had the highs and the lows, and I've been in football a few more years than these, and even I've had them emotions, but I've been looking forward to coming in every single day. So have the players, and even though sometimes you feel after games we've lost that we let ourselves down, overall it's been an adventure for me so far. I've absolutely loved it. Yeah, sorry.
Does Mick's appointment mean that a technical director is closer to being appointed, and do you think that will be a United man as well, as you put it?
It will. The club will announce when they feel they've found the right man. Until then, we just work on the same structure that we have now. I've been happy. I can just say that for me, Mick, we've been involved in loads of meetings about recruiting players and how we go forward, and I'm happy with the communication and the process, the targets we've put up, and now hopefully we can get some over the line.
James mentioned, Daniel James, there are a lot of reports this morning that you're close to agreeing a deal with Swansea for him. Is there anything in that?
I can't comment on every single individuals, and there's many players that, as I've said, so I've said it before. I don't like when players or other managers talk about my players, and I wouldn't talk about any others, even if I wasn't or I was interested.
Okay.
A lot of.
Sorry.
Would you be willing to sign players of that profile, as in very young players, even if that meant that it might mean 2 years before he's seriously challenging for a title?
Well, I think I've been quite honest that challenging for the title next year would be a miraculous season, because we're so far behind at the moment, points-wise. So next season, it's going to have to be we've got to close that gap. If we manage to get to February, March and being close, that's fantastic. If not, this summer will also be about players that could last here for many years, yes.
It's not just about ready-made.
No, I don't think we've ever been ready-made, a ready-made club. Ronaldo was never ready-made. Wayne Rooney wasn't ready-made. Loads of the players have come here and really developed into the top superstars that they have become, and that's always going to be the model here, that we will develop players, because I've got the best staff, we've got the best environment, the best supporters, because if there's anything they love, it's players that excite them, players that could get them off the seats, and we hope to get some of them in.
Okay, can we move on to something?
There you go, that's the first section of Ole's press conference. Another half of that which is kept back for the benefit of the Sunday newspapers, and you can watch that first here on MUTV. Saturday night, 10:30. Andy Ritchie is here with me to discuss the press conference that we've just heard, and the big piece of news coming out of that, Andy, is that Mickey Phelan is now confirmed as the permanent assistant manager, 3-year contract, and clearly something that Ole very much wanted.
Something that I very much wanted as well, because I think that Mick's got Manchester United running through his veins. I think that's very important, that you have people that know what the club is about, and certainly Ole thinks that. He's played under him, knows him very, very well, and he's very well respected here, and he knows a lot of people behind the scenes, which is great, you know, and that helps everybody in communication circles between the management and the board and everybody else.
Ole spoke about his knowledge, his experience and his demeanour, and called him a united man. How important is that as we go forward? You've got a united man there.
Listen, he's had the best tutor, hasn't he, in Sir Alex. He worked with Sir Alex for such a long time, and he wouldn't have lasted with Sir Alex had he not been the person and the coach and the man that he is, because we all know Sir Alex will not keep people around him that he doesn't respect himself and doesn't think they can do the job. So he's very, very, very well equipped, and he's got the credentials to do what Ole wants to do, and what he wants from Mickey himself. But I think he's a fantastic coup for the club, and I thought he was when he first came in. You know, when they were first muted at the football club.
Yeah, there has been some discussion about him being a technical director. Clearly, he's not going to be the technical director; he's going to be the assistant manager. But there could be another appointment later on in the summer.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be very, very important, because if that's the way the club want to go, that's the way it's going to be structured, Stuart. Then the person who comes in as maybe got to have Manchester United in his veins. I don't know if they're looking at that or whether they want somebody totally different, but they've got to have a good working relationship with the manager and the assistant manager. Everybody has to be on the same hymn sheet.
In terms of the team news, the boss there saying one or two kids will start, and you might have seen the award show last night. Mason Greenwood, absolutely right, the young player of the year, and Chongi was the under-23 player of the year. So maybe a couple of those guys, Garner, perhaps one or two kids starting in this game, and why not in a game where at best we'll finish 5th at the end of the season?
I think it's important. I think had we not had that glimmer of hope of 4th spot, I think Ole might have put a couple in before now, because I think that particularly Mason and Chongi, the two people that you've spoke about there, I think they've got massive futures at the football club. I think Mason Greenwood is a natural goal scorer. I think I'd go as far as to say he's probably one of two at the football club that are natural goal scorers for me.
Yeah.
And I think he's got a massive future. So it'd be great to see how he does fare on the big stage.
And we know that it's been confirmed Antonio Valencia is leaving. Had a wretched time with injury this season, but the manager's saying as long as he gets through training tomorrow, he will play a part, which you'd imagine would be coming off the bench in the game, which is good. Which is good for him, because I mean, somebody's played more than 300 games for United over the course of a decade.
He's been fantastic for us, hasn't he? He's had a lot of injuries this season. He came back from one massive injury as well, which you know, was a big thing. And I think that it would be nice for the fans to show their appreciation, and for him to be able to show his appreciation. You know, he's been a great servant.
Yeah, I think it's 300.